The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Watts Studios. My name is Bryn Freeland and I'll be the host for today's show. In the upcoming weeks, I will be speaking to local business owners on their businesses because they do have an interesting product that they would love to share to our listeners out there in Tampa. So today I would like to welcome Dr. Hartley. She is the owner of the Hartley Chiropractic Center, which is a center for treatment and education by providing family wellness through chiropractic care. Welcome to the show, Dr. Hartley.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you, thank you. So we're just going to get right on started. And the first thing that I would like you to mention to our audience today is what is the focus and the philosophy of the Hartley Chiropractic Center?
So the most amazing thing about chiropractic and Hartley Chiropractic Center specifically is that my practice is not just about relieving pain, it's about restoring total body health. So that is our mission statement, and we do that through education of your health. We do that through the function of your nervous system, through exercise, and through nutrition. And we call that our core four that we focus on, the core four things of total body health.
That's great, that's great. So what makes your practice really different from the other chiropractic centers that may be around, not only in Tampa, but in the country in general?
Sure. Actually, what's fantastic is that we are an elevation health center, and what that means is that we're very unique and different, even from many other chiropractic offices. And the reason for that is that we are focusing on the cause of what's going on in your body and not just dealing with the symptoms alone. So we're going to find out what's going on with your body, and we're going to work on that aspect of fixing it.
That's great, that's great. So earlier you mentioned the four core. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more for our viewers out there who may be really interested in what that really is?
Sure. So the core four includes education. So we spend a lot of time with our clients and our patients educating them on total body health and how to live a life without drugs or surgery. And so oftentimes, once a month we have a new seminar, and what we do each month with the seminar is that we have a different topic, and it's free for everybody to come, whether you're a patient or just somebody in the community who wants to get information, and you come and you learn. We have different topics like fat burning fitness, anti-aging and detoxification. We have cancer prevention talks, and these change and the topics change, and allows people to come and learn about how to really have a healthy body. So that's the education portion. The second thing we talk about is the function of your nervous system, and that is really what entails chiropractic. So that's your brain and your spinal cord and all of the spinal nerves, and we spend a lot of time making sure that that's as healthy as it possibly can be, and that's the true part about chiropractic care. And then we also talk specifically about exercises. We incorporate that into the chiropractic care that we do at the office, and also nutrition. So it really involves those four things, and that's what we believe is allowing your body to live that life without drugs or surgery and live with abundant health.
That's great. So tell our audience, what is your story? What made you want to get into chiropractic pediatrics?
Absolutely. This is a great question. A lot of people don't realize that children can get adjusted, but I got into chiropractic care because my dad was a chiropractor, so I've been adjusted since the day I was born. So that was a huge impact in my life because it had allowed me to live that life where I was able to, not have to be on medication and not have to do a lot of those things that typical parents these days are seeing, tubes in the ears, ear infections, those types of things. I didn't have to experience that, and so from there I started working when I was 11. I started working at my dad's chiropractic office, and I started to see all these amazing miracles that were happening to people just from getting their body in line and getting those subluxations or misalignments that we look for in the body, those misalignments in the spine, resolved. And so from there, after working in his office, I continued on with my education and became a chiropractor, and now doing that.
That's great. That's great. So earlier we were talking about how you don't need to wait till you have a problem with your spine in order to actually receive chiropractic care. So what would you tell someone, who's like, oh, I don't need a chiropractor, my back is fine. There's really no need for me to go seek that service.
Absolutely. So I believe that everybody who has a spine needs chiropractic care. Absolutely. And the reason is for this. Have you been to the dentist for preventative maintenance before?
Yes, I have.
And have you had your eyes checked as a preventative measure?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever had your spine checked for preventative maintenance?
No, I have not.
And so what I like to tell people is that even if you don't have a problem, you want to get things checked for prevention.
Right.
And your brain and your spinal cord, that's the most important part of your body. That's what sends the signals from your brain to every other portion of your body. And your spinal cord is what encases and protects that. So everybody needs to get checked by a chiropractor in order to make sure that their body and their nervous system is functioning properly. And the reason also is because a lot of people will say, why did you go to the chiropractor? You didn't have anything wrong with your back. And they'll say something like, oh, I went for acid reflux, or oh, I went for dizziness, or something that's not related to pain. And chiropractic can help with everything by allowing the body to function properly and allow not just the pain to be eliminated, but also to allow every single organ, muscle, cell, tissue to work properly in the body.
Okay. And I know you're also saying that chiropractic care isn't just for adults, it's also for children as well, and that you actually do see a lot of children and pregnant women in your practice. So would you like to explain that a little bit more and how you service those groups?
I do. Thank you for asking me that. A lot of my schooling has been done with something called the ICPA, which is the International Chiropractic Pediatric Association. And what that is it's an extra type of education that I went through, and what it does is it allows me to be certified in the Webster technique, which is a technique that we use on pregnant moms during their pregnancy to make sure that they have a healthy biomechanical body, so that their pelvis is in the right position, so that the baby's in the right position, so that they have a faster and easier delivery.
Right.
The second thing is that you asked me about was seeing children in the practice. And a lot of people say, why do kids need chiropractic care? First of all, it's very important to know that we do not adjust children the same way that we adjust an adult. We have very specific techniques based on what age your child is, and it starts from the day that they're born and all the way up until they're 18. We have very specific techniques. And the reason that chiropractors would check children is because we're very into prevention, and we'd rather prevent problems from occurring rather than waiting until there's already a problem and trying to fix that problem. So getting adjusted from the day that you're born allows your body to make sure that it's functioning 100% from day one. And it's very gentle. The amount of pressure that we would use to adjust a child is about the amount of pressure that you would use to check to see if a tomato is ripe.
Okay.
So it's very, very gentle. And again, like I said, very specific techniques for children in different age groups.
Okay, and since you do provide services for children and pregnant women, I see that your practice, has participated before in the Natural Birth and Baby Expo and has worked with, I believe it's the Tampa Bay Birth Network. So how did you get involved with that organization?
So when I opened my practice in Clearwater, I was searching for that group of people that is true to my heart, which is that community. And we are so fortunate in the Tampa Bay area to have this strong, large community that's consisted of the Tampa Bay Birth Network. And we have many, many amazing birth and healthcare providers. And it just is such a great thing that we have here. And so I found out about them just through some research and through some different people, and I started to learn about them, and I joined the Tampa Bay Birth Network, and we've had some meetings at different offices, and it's just really about providing the best service for the moms and the families in our community.
That's great. That's great. So what advice would you give someone who has tried all these different chiropractic services but really hasn't found what they're looking for to help relieve the pain that they may be experiencing?
So the example that I like to talk to people about is if you go and you receive a service and you're not happy with that service, you still need that service taken care of, and you go and check somebody else or some other company out until you find a service that works best for you.
Right.
So the same thing goes with your body and your health care. You're in control of your own health, and so my recommendation to you is find somebody that can help you figure out how to make those health decisions that you need to make and educate you on making those decisions for yourself. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that I can say. But always coming and getting checked is very important, and making sure that your spine is in proper position.
That's great. That's great. So if anyone was really interested, in the practice and really wanted to get into contact with you, where could you be reached?
So we have a couple different ways that you can reach us. We're always out in the community, at different expos, at different events. We love to have events at our office, so we always are saying, please come, please learn, get educated. It's all our passion, one of the most important things for us. Second way that they could get in touch with us is going on our website. We have a website, hartleychiropracticcenter.com. Very easy to get in touch with us there. We also have an offer on that changes, a different special that changes on that website all the time, so please check that out. And you can also find us on a telephone number, which is 727-623-0992.
Okay, and you also just mentioned a live event. Will you guys be having live events coming up very soon?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
So we have a live event every single month.
Oh, okay.
And so all of the events are listed out for the entire rest of the year. They're on that website, hartleychiropracticcenter.com. And so they can plan out and say, oh, okay, well, diabetes reversal and blood sugar control, that's really interesting. Okay, that's coming up on November, whatever day it is. I don't remember that day exactly right now, but we have everything planned out for the whole year, and all of that takes place in our office. And I also go out and do talks in the community. People invite me to come to their place of work or worship, and I love to do that. That's one of my favorite things to do, is go out and talk to people and really spread the word of true health and healing.
That's great. Well, that's all the time we have for today. On behalf of TalkWatt Studios, I would love to thank Dr. Hartley for spending time with us today. I hope you guys learned a lot about her business and all the services that she has to offer. And also, don't forget to follow everything TalkWatt at talkwattstudios.com. And you can also like our Facebook page at TalkWatt Studios. And again, I am Bryn Freeland, and we'll see you next time.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.